it goes back into his body.
That's right. Now we've got two very, very interesting drafts where Todak seems to be responding pretty decently with their very last pick as well. We're going to see a couple of Purifies coming out aside to Todak. And now, let's see whether or not can Team SMG equalize the scores to bring it head towards a game tree, as these are going to be your players fending off one another for the chance to head further in towards the playoff stages. And boy, for us, we're going to have a great show right here.
Exactly, man, which is why I'm just excited to see how much energy and hype you two can bring to this game, because it's going to be game number 2, possibly the last game of this match. SMG and Todak, both veterans in the scene. Who's going to take this game? It's time to see it. So Gideon and Contra, please tell us the story of the game and make it as hyped as possible.
No worries, no worries. I'm super excited for this game because I've been talking to, like, you know, behind closed doors, because I didn't want to give this away. But, you know, Hanzo is something that I've always been very interested in after they've given him, like, quite a number of buffs just to make him relevant in this game. He's going to be able to steal so many buffs, and I personally don't think that this is exactly the, you know, the best way to utilize him. As of right now, I do think that he should have stolen the buff, stolen the red buff very, very early on. That should have been the high contestation point. But notice how Todak is responding. They're going towards the enemy blue buff to look to compensate. And Team SMG, this might mean a fight.
Oh yeah, speaking of fight here, Ata, first one to be caught out right here, does not look all too great for them, and they will eventually have to give this one away to Todak as they actually reap so much rewards. But in terms of goal, not too different for now.
Yep, they just kind of have to hold their ground here. I mean, SMG, I definitely would have liked to see something else from SMG, but that's fine so far. They don't really get too much off of this for either side. But now a free kill. Reisha is going to go over to the side of Todak as E1 gets a really, really good catch there. Looks like Team SMG is kind of disrespecting the space that E1 can create.
Yeah, it seems like he hasn't been moving all too much, though. Like, I'm not too sure what exactly was going on right there, but Reisha definitely has to pick himself up. And, of course, Todak here playing extremely aggressive. They're going in for those jungle movements again. And Rivercraft's going to be pretty much contested here with the protection of E1 as well as Moon. And they're definitely ready to set up this dive.
Yep, and there they go. They've already jumped with the bouncing ball to stop anything, but the Brilliance is popped instantaneously. Reisha dodges a lot of damage there. Really nicely played. Reisha with some great finger movement, allowing him to survive that dive. Todak just wasted their time and are forced to back off. Team SMG, can they look to punish here? Because bot lane is getting shoved in pretty hard, but we don't see a lot of rotational movement from the mid lane from Cho and the Hanzo.
And of course, now it's going to be Axior, who actually will be negating a little bit of that sort of mid lane pressure for a little bit more. But over the top side, though, we're going to be able to actually see another contest for that Rivercraft. But 3 versus 2, and they are right now diving over the side of Ninas, almost popping that Firaga armor. He will be pretty much safe and sound for now, but there goes an Axe. Goes in with the great pickoff out of nowhere. And there's no time for the Selena to even get anywhere close. Man, yeah, what a way to actually turn back there.
Oh! Yeah, they actually go for a really good dive. They just use the demon form, the demon spirit form from the side of the Hanzo to kind of initiate the dive, absorb the damage, and, you know, waste the abilities coming from Todak. They end up getting two for nothing there. However, Todak, being very efficient with their movements, are stealing away the red buff on top of getting first turret down on the bottom side. They are looking to trade objectives. Team SMG will come up ahead, but only by a very small margin.
Yeah, of course. Now, with that sort of margin they created, and it's going to be pretty much in SMG's turtle up for grabs. But oh no, Way of the Dragon will get that killing spree. As we can see, even more of that sort of pressure coming in towards the river side. Oh, great slap dunks coming in from Ata as he'll try to escape out of this one. But Ata, oh, he survived with a slither of health.
Oh, I thought that Abyssal Trap was gonna, Proc was gonna kill him, but now E1, again, being very, very annoying. He isn't afraid, and it's kind of messing with Team SMG because they can't exactly tell whether or not they are under a significant amount of pressure, as Raisha is the next to fall. AX goes to try and salvage the situation, but now he's under a lot of trouble, under lethal damage. E1 should be A-okay. Arthur doesn't have enough damage to actually pull this off, and Tarkus gets stopped. His rotation gets stopped by Xborg just to ensure that no one is there to reinforce that blue buff.
That's right. Now, with that being said, it's going to be a little bit more interesting as there's a lot of space being created as well across the map with the loss of the mid lane turret for SMG, which means that Todak will have to will just open up the top side here while SMG now actually focus over to the bottom side, trying to actually take down this Esmeralda. And of course, Winter Dragon being used, but there's a lot of heavy commitment coming from this side, which means Takis is going to be left alone to defend this, and he will give this one away as well.
Yeah, so far, I'm waiting for Smooth to really like pop off into this game, but he needs the items first. He needs to be able to steal everything. We can see here Cho just hiding in the brush, giving information to the rest of Team SMG so they know where to rotate. You can see the bottom side. The moment you saw Todak move towards it, they start backing off. That's the information being fed from Cho.
Yeah, and now, of course, with the Cho pretty much getting so much of all these surveillance pickups here, I'm definitely thinking of how exactly is late game's going to be like for them. Oh, no, seems like there's going to be a little bit of a pickup here over on towards Arta as he gets caught up all by himself. And Team SMG, they are pretty much split up, and Esmeralda over the back though. It's pretty X-Ray trying to actually hop up. A lot of damage has been done, and oh man, he won't be able to live to tell the tale as X-Ray will cut off one way from the bottom.
Yeah, there's nothing much they can do at this point in time, and now Team SMG trying their very best to kind of salvage the situation as Todak now in very clear lead in this game. 2k ahead, more turrets, three more extra turrets than Team SMG, and so far Team SMG are playing the more passive route. They're waiting for Todak to make a mistake, but Todak, it's not that like they don't make mistakes, it's just that they're controlling the tempo really well, and now they get the catch onto Arthur. They pull, Arthur tries to pull him away from the team. He does survive. Chiku isn't able to finish off AX, but Nanas coming in with a big flick on the last insanity. Nanas trying to secure the kill onto Smooth. It means that he's gonna go down here, and he's also going to lose his immortality as well, putting him on a 20-second death timer. They trade 1 for 1. However, I do think this is more beneficial for Todak.
Yeah, and of course, Todak, although they have a real rough dive in towards uncharted territories right there, they are getting all these members of Team SMG suppressed and occupied at the same time. And now they completely demolish all the tier 2 towers as well. So only 3 more turrets being left out in the open. Although the kill score seems pretty much even, the goal is apparently not. Todak has already purchased a lot of all these items, and of course, thank you very much, observers, for some pretty interesting view.
Yep, I really love that, that low down angle to really see the perspective of the heroes. But yeah, so far Todak has basically been getting leads off of objectives and just stealing buffs away from Team SMG. Like, Todak right now is just being more efficient in their movements and pathing in comparison to Team SMG, who is kind of just responding. Now that they don't have the tempo, they can't really force too many plays. And people have to understand that without tempo, you don't really get much of a say in where to pick your fights. Oh, this is big. Nanas gets chunked all the way to the back, and Nanas, he's going to be going down instantaneously. However, AX is going to be the next to trade. They're just trading 1 for 1 every single time.
And looking at the trade here, Wise are being forced to pose. Oh my, look at the damage. Instantly wiping out the floor as Takis gets bursted with a 1-2 tap. That was it's like too much. That was too much damage coming out in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. There was a lot going on the screen at once. Like, a lot of ultimates have been blown here, but, the main targets, Raisha and Smooth, are still alive. Raisha is still extremely strong. He has 4 kills and Impure Rage. He didn't decide to go for the, Magic Worship or even the Mystery Shop to get items faster. But I think, you know, if Team SMG can kind of drag out this game long enough, they might have a really good chance at taking this game away.
Yeah, of course, they really need to actually drag the timers out. It's only 9 minutes of play, though. So, Smooth actually getting himself an endless battle, which is going to be a great news. But, you know, the point of getting that Hanzo is to actually get some great sort of takedowns there from quite afar, as well as going in for split pushes or assassinations. Now, Todak is not allowing that to happen all too much. But, of course, now it's going to be AX here that finds both Moon as well as E1, but all the access in towards the jungle has been denied by just these two members guarding this point.
Yep, they are just gatekeeping, making sure that Team SMG can't go out to get farm, and you can see that the goal lead is just significantly increasing here. Before this, it was only 4K. Now they've developed at least a 7K goal lead against Team SMG, and we know, based off of pro play and a lot of regular season, that the moment a team gets at least 7K, if not 5K more, it becomes a very difficult game to come back from.
That's right, and we're definitely looking at Team SMG desperate to actually push in towards getting that ward, but E1, of course, getting himself in towards a pretty interesting angle here. Well, on his Atlas, he's just trying to actually disrupt it for a little bit more, while Todak is already dropping that ward in towards 50%. Now they're choosing to actually let go. They know it's a little bit too late, and they've got a bigger fish to fry over the top side, so of course they are trying to actually halt that wave for the current standpoint. Chiku here with that blade of display already being built up.
Yep, they're just trying to hold their ground here, and I don't know, because Todak has now hit the 32K gold lead, and wow, that's a pretty significant power spike. And you can already see by the items alone that like Todak is ahead. They've hit their third item power spike, and for most cases, especially for the side, especially for the hyper carries like Chiku, like X-Ray, those three core items is pretty much enough to end anybody on the side of Team SMG if they get caught out. So they have to be very, very wary in this upcoming fight, because it's going to be a make it or break it for Team SMG if they want to stay in the competition.
That's right, and we're looking at Chiku now actually getting so much of that gold. But everyone else, the last time that we brought up that gold chart here, everyone's at 5K for the side of Team SMG, and now here comes the dive coming in, as well as they are looking to actually catch up for the side of Smooth. But of course, with a little bit of that sort of be pressured, the top side will crack, and they have to deal with the Lord before defending it towards the mid side as well. And now they're going to commit through the full last insanity and towards 3 members of SMG as they will nail it down the face. This might just be the perfect 2-0 for the side of Todak, but instead they are still finding their way, and it will be Todak here with a clean sweep heading up towards the brackets here. And of course, congratulations to them as they will advance. And unfortunately for Team SMG,
she does have the dash, and the cooldown is pretty low. And at the same time, the Selena as well has a dash, and you pretty much don't want to really capture the Kufra or the export. Esmeralda, I mean, she can still survive within a couple of people, so I'm not sure if the picks was right. And to be honest, they didn't have any marksman as well. Yes, it's not a hyper carry meta, but I still do favor having the marksman in the team to sort of give you that safe thing at the end of the game in case you can't make it. But Todak actually cleaned this up pretty early on.
Yeah, and like we can see from the sort of charts here that Todak here really had a lot of the decisive movement, and not only that, they really made sure that there's enough space created for Chiku to shine once again, and I do believe that he will be able to actually get the MVP. Look at that goal that he has amounted, 12K total, and not dropping a single time, though E1 was the one in charge of helping them set up